Welcome back to the Renegade Report. I'm Francis Mayer, Sports Information Director for the greatest junior college athletic department in the known universe, BC Athletics. And we get our charisma from a certain source. It's the BC cheer team. And right now I'd like to welcome two ladies from that organization. This is cheer coach Heather.
Hello.
And go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Hallie Stevens.
See how she just turned in the seat like that? Is that something they teach you at cheerleading school?
That is something you learn.
Okay, very good. Now, BC Cheer has been a part of BC Athletics for a long time, and it's a select group of people who are willing to put in the time and the effort to really add so much to the atmosphere of our athletic events. Hallie, you've been with us for 2 full years, but we're going to be having tryouts to bring in the next generation of folks. What, as a student, as an athlete, and Heather, I know that you've had this experience too, but Hallie, what does it take to make a good cheerleader?
You know, honestly, I think overall it just takes a high energy. It takes a positive person. This past football season, we didn't have the best season, but it was still our job to be out there and be positive and be happy and cheer on our team regardless of the score.
Wow, that's a really good example. It was tough, and it was tough for all of us. It's obviously the players and the coaches are the ones that are down on the field doing the work, but for those of us in support positions, you know, my job to talk about them. It is tough when a team's losing. It's easy to talk when a team's winning or to cheer, I imagine, because you're like lit up about it. But when things are tough, and they were really tough last season, I see how that would be hard on you. When you were involved in cheer when you were younger, did you ever cheer for teams that had rough stretches?
No, honestly not. I started with competitive cheer, so it wasn't so cheering for sports. And then when I got into high school, our football team kind of always did average, and they did good. So and last year's football team did pretty good too. So this year it was different to still have a positive attitude, whether your team's doing good or not. But it was a learning experience, and I learned a lot from it, and keep a smile on my face and do what you love regardless.
So it's interesting to me that you jump to like what they call the soft side, right? The personality stuff, because I would think instantly about the physical challenges because you have to have like a sense of rhythm. And I watch you guys try to learn those routines, and you don't try, you do. But I wouldn't be able to do that. I would forget that stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's embarrassing for me to even think about attempting to do it. It wouldn't go well.
The physical side is definitely a huge challenge, but it's something that I learned at such a young age that is almost natural to me at this point. So
okay, wait. I know when cheer coach Heather got started. When did you get started?
I got started at the age of 7.
Oh, dude, you were old. I think cheer coach Heather was like 16 months old.
Yeah, some kids
not
started
that
even
young.
earlier.
She's pretty young though. And who pushed you into that, or was it something you just wanted to do?
I was in gymnastics at American Kids since basically mommy and me classes. So I did gymnastics all the way up to 7, and I always watched the girls over there on the cheer mat and was envy of them and wanted to be them. So my mom finally gave in and let me try out, and the rest is history.
Wow. And can your mom sew, or or were you like buying a lot of stuff like costumes and?
Oh, we put in a lot of money into this, but.
Well, and that's the thing is like this is a commitment, and I joke a lot with coaches and we say that BC Athletics isn't just a job, it's a lifestyle. But being involved in something like cheer is a lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge part of my life, and it's a priority. I mean, I'm a student, but I'm also a cheerleader, so I have to balance my time just as well as any other student athlete does.
Right. So, and cheer coach Heather, you've had girls come out who didn't have an extensive portfolio of experience like Miss Stevens, but it's that willingness to do the work, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we still are picky because we are Bakersfield College, and it's not like we're just cheering at a football game that's got, 20 people. We're cheering for thousands upon thousands. So, I mean, the dynamic is totally different. But if you don't have it, I mean, we can teach you. That's why, at this college level, you need to be a little bit more experienced, but we can still put you in there as long as you have the potential. However, it's not like being just a regular student athlete, because we're not going to just football practices and football games. We're going to football, baseball, softball, basketball. We're going to community events all the time, volleyball, everything.
Right.
We do everything all year long.
Right, exactly. And come next year, we're going to have sand volleyball. We're going to have men's soccer. We have 20 sports. We have 20 competitive teams at the college. Isn't that nuts?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be well over 500 athletes in season at a given time. It is a large department, but you can be a part of it, but you're going to have to come and try out, and you're going to have to like this is like getting married, folks. Like, you are going to be getting into a lifestyle, so be ready for it. This isn't, you're going to get to be pretty and have fun, but there's a ton of work involved.
Absolutely. It's definitely not putting on a skirt and just coming to
Hooray!
look adorable, If you're an athlete now and you don't know if you want to be a basketball player or a softball player next year, just come for the cheer team, and then you can be on every athletic team because we're at every single athletic event. But there is still a lot of work to do, and cheer is a very dangerous sport. And now that cheerleading is a legal sport at the high school level, it's only going to continue at the college level, and it's going to get tougher as it goes.
Now let's touch on that for a moment, because we were at a very challenging game in Southern California. Where were we when that happened? That wasn't
Long Beach.
It was Long Beach City College. Beautiful stadium, by the way. It was built in the 50s. It's like half of Memorial Stadium, kind of. Mm-hmm. And I noticed at some point in the game that there's an ambulance trying to get out on the field, and I was like, I wonder if they showed up late, because it was into the game, Usually the ambulance is there. And then I see, the cheerleaders are, standing in a circle, and everybody's holding hands, and I was like, that's an odd turn of events. Well, come to find out, it wasn't a football player, it was a cheerleader, and she got hurt. What happened there?
She did a back tuck, which is a back handspring without hands.
And hey, if you come out for cheer, they're not going to make you do this. This is just an illustration that cheer can be dangerous.
We actually have a video of it somewhere. I don't know if he was going to play it or not, but there's a back tuck that she does, no hands, and she just landed flat on her neck. And when you're a college cheerleader, you don't have as many rules.
Take a look here. So this is also shot vertical, folks.
Yeah, this is our BC cheer team. There we go. That's a back tuck basket. So that's just the girls at the bottom do the catching, but she was doing that on her own on the ground. And when you're at college level, there's not as many rules. Like in high school, you have to stunt on the grass only. College, you just do it wherever you have to do it. So they're on concrete. She fell on her neck. Right on her neck, too, right on the side completely.
Is she okay now?
She was okay, but they said that she wasn't able to cheer the rest of the season. They took her out. So we did keep in contact with them.
Thank goodness she can walk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So this is a great physical discipline. It's a great sport, and you can get involved. Let's talk about the tryout process. First of all, let's tell us when that is.
It is March 15th, 16th, and 17th. So it's the week before spring break, and that will be at the BC Dance Room from 5 to 6:30 p.m. every night. Okay,
very good. And what do people need to bring? If you want to be a BC cheerleader, and I say people because any gender can try out for this.
Absolutely. I would love it if we had some guys come out so we can have some really nice one-man stunting. I actually have a video of a one-man stunt as well that we can be teaching this next coming year. So if we had some guys, that would be really great. This is just a little girl that I've got. This is from Fire and Ice Elite, and there's a Bakersfield College cheerleader with her. And this is single-base stunting. Super easy, super cute, super fun.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. Very cute, indeed.
So at the tryouts, everybody has to be planning to be a full-time Bakersfield College student. So you have to carry 12 units within the next year and then just bring a transcript with at least a 2.0 GPA.
Very good. And Hallie, you're going to be leaving soon. I know that you're looking at other colleges. Can we have a signing ceremony for you?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
We actually should. Where are you thinking about going?
I'm waiting to hear back from schools, but I'm going somewhere within the CSU system.
Well, that narrows it down. Thanks for the info. That's
Can't
good.
give too much information.
Are you going to continue your cheer career?
That's definitely been a thought. I've cheered for so long, and even with the small break that we've had here and there through winter break, it's definitely something that I miss, and it's been a huge part of my life. So it's definitely something I'm considering, and will depend on where I go and what the cheer team's like. And
do you ever see yourself really not being involved with cheer? I mean, do you think you'll get into coaching like cheer coach Heather has? What do you see yourself doing?
Yeah, I've definitely thought about that. That's something that I love to do. Even within just being a cheerleader, I love to be the leader of the team and help girls learn stuff that they've never learned, maybe that I've learned within my past. So it's definitely something that I like, and I like to help girls. And so, yeah, it's definitely something I'd consider.
She'll probably totally be a coach, honestly. Every time we're at practice, and if Becky and I can't do something, she's the first one that steps up and makes sure it's taken care of. So
you do have the whole athlete coach thing working for you. Last year, Maddie Rambola on the BC softball team was like that. She was like a player coach, she had to take the season off from playing. But it was interesting watching her morph right into the coach role. It's not for everybody. Some people try to coach and they just can't get people to listen or follow. But you've definitely demonstrated some of that. So again, the date of tryouts is
March 15th, 16th, and 17th.
And you need to be there all 3 days. Is that correct? You need to plan to be there?
Yeah, how it works is the first 2 days, cheerleaders will learn different routines, and then the third day, they go in front of a group of judges, and then we decide the team from there.
And that's like a who's who of BC or Bakersfield in Kern County cheer, really.
Yeah.
You got Marvin Ramey up there. You have Becky Whitson. We have you. And did we have any other coaches? I don't remember. That was about it, right?
Well, there's a couple more. Honestly, I don't remember their names, but they are very high up in the dance world.
Yeah. But like Marvin's there. Like
Marvin's
Becky's
there, yes.
So it's a very big deal, but it's also a lot of fun. I got to hang out for a couple of those the deals and do some stuff, and that was pretty fun. But it's a lot of work, and just be prepared for that. You're going to need to do some fundraising for your uniform, and but that's a part of the sport, and we would love to see more people coming out. So, Hallie, Cheer Coach Heather, thank you so much for being here, and we'll have you on again closer to the show. Maybe I can try to learn how to do one of these cheers. No, we won't do that.
No, I think
but
we
we'll have
should.
Steve Lynch do it. Let's have Steve Lynch
Let's
do
just
it.
have you and Steve Lynch do a stunt, just like how we did in the video. I think that'd be perfect.
I think that would result in injury. So anyway, thank you so much for being on the show. Coming up next, we are going to get warmed up for Coach Hughes, and I also believe that DeAndre Dixon or Jimmy Crevier, or possibly both of them, will be joining him, but he'll be here shortly. We've got more Renegade Report coming up next.
When the Potato Bowl was canceled,